Trump can't seem to decide who he wants his successor in the MAGA movement to be. But it looks like he knows one person that perhaps he doesn't want it to be, and it's Marco Rubio. Take a look.
Marco has been, really, I think you're born for this job. I don't think you should ever run for another office. I don't think you should, really. You're so good at this.
You know how like Marco Rubio, he cured the conflict in, I mean, he was there as funding was taken away from USAID. I guess there's that. I literally, in the same way that I don't understand when they say that Trump saved college football, I have no idea what he's referencing there. What did Marco Rubio do? What did is Ukraine still at war? Seems like it is. Is Gaza still experiencing ethnic cleansing and genocide? Yeah, it is. Did he do something about the famine in Sudan or something? No, I don't know what it is that he's supposed to have done, but it was an inroad for Donald Trump to imply that he shouldn't run for president, I guess. Now, that is a different approach that he took to the topic than just a couple of weeks ago when he seemed to imply that maybe it was between Rubio and JD Vance. Take a look.
You said this morning that you probably won't be running for a third term. This weekend, Secretary of State Rubio said that he thought JD Vance would be a great nominee. You could clear the entire Republican field right now. Do you agree that the heir apparent to MAGA is JD Vance?
Well, I think most likely, in all fairness, he's the vice president. I think Marco is also somebody that maybe would get together with JD in some form. I also think we have incredible people, some of the people on the stage right here. So it's too early, obviously, to talk about it, but certainly he's doing a great job and he would be probably favored at this point.
Love the setup of that question. You said that you probably won't run for a third term, which obviously you can't do, but we're just gonna normalize the idea that like maybe you'll be Vladimir Putin or whatever. Isn't that fun, Sharon? And then Trump has to pretend that he cares at all what happens once he's gone. He does. You think he wants to hand over power and influence in the cameras to literally anyone? No, not one of these chuckleheads who he likely has zero respect for. He wouldn't do it to one of his own kids. You think he cares at all what happens after him? He's not interested. He refused to leave after the first time. So anyway, like I can't wait to see a bunch of these people crash and burn trying to take over after him. He's gonna be trying to undercut them, but what do you think, Sharon?
You just described whatever the season Omarosa and Piers Morgan were on the reality show. Yeah, right? You're fired. What he did was he pit them against each other, these two forces. He let them tear each other apart. He weakened both of them. They both came out weaker afterwards, but that's his game. This is a reality show and he does not want anyone to be the next one. Hand the baton off, a perfect toss like normal people would do who care about their country. He's gonna weaken them both. And in the end, it's gonna be, well, it's never gonna be me again. This is what you're stuck with. Omarosa, Piers Morgan.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, look, and Rubio has dodged questions of whether he would run because again, like he also knows that if he starts talking about it now, it's gonna deeply offend the incredibly sensitive Donald Trump. But they don't like, you think Rubio and Vance like each other? Rubio is 100% inside of his own mind. He's like, well, Marco, you're just doing what you have to get through this difficult period. And then you can be the man you always thought you were gonna be or whatever. Sorry, your party's dead. Like whatever you thought the party was gonna be when you ran for it doesn't exist anymore. JD Vance doesn't, he has no idea what man he's even gonna be at that point. What identity he's gonna be allowed to be and have to like put on like a pair of jeans or whatever. He has no idea. None of these are men. None of these are real people. They are posers, they are fakes. They don't deserve any respect, and I don't think that they've gotten much even from MAGA. And by the way, Tucker Carlson is probably just gonna sweep in and beat all of them anyway. Oh, this is so pathetic. I'm curious, it'll be dramatic. And I love the idea that if we get into the thick of this, it will represent that Donald Trump either isn't going to be trying to hold on to power or blessedly will have passed from this earth. So perhaps we'll see soon.